Hello everyone, this is the sWingRose realm. It's created quite a few years ago. I believe it was just before the Nether update. So it's been around a bit. We've had a few players come and go, but it started out here. As you can see, it's a little bit developed. This is kind of home. There's a few bases surrounding. I quite like it. Not many people can join. It's a private realm. There's somebody who died and I left them a nice little box of all their stuff when they started. But as you can see, we've done a little bit of infrastructure work. This is a player called BuildBrick. He created this as his base. He's got a bunch of stuff for sale all the time, but a few people are kind of around anymore. It's a nice little build. I'm just going to tour around people's bases so people can see. So, BuildBrick's wife, Fizzgeek, that's their sort of temporary base. You know, I don't know how much, we've had some players come and go, but it's a nice little build. As you can see, he's made a nice little, well, apparently non-functioning iron farm. Not too sure why that guy's up there. It's a double layer iron farm. You AFK in the middle and generate lots of iron. This was a project I was supposed to build a matching or something, some sort of boat here, but I'm not the greatest builder. This is every single potion under the sun, I believe, is here. So these are all little potion shop, or not shop, but is potion area. Some melons on that side. So, apologize for the speed of things. That is the original dragon egg, I believe. Yeah. I don't know why you shouldn't be able to. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Maybe Bedrock's changed their mechanics. There's a nice little tree farm over there. Basic tree. One of our group projects was creating this slime farm, which does work. It's a little bit old, but our vine farm here. And this is our industrial district where we get the basics. It's kind of lag central for anybody who's new. Definitely can generates a lot of the zero tick farm, the Navinexus zero tick farm. Oh, that's a nice banner. It's new. So if you get started here on this realm, there's some things that some of these work, some of them don't, or need to be repaired. We've got our little wool farm. Here's a flower farm, which works pretty good. That was our original AFK fish farm. I'm not sure if it works anymore. It's quite a few years ago. Somebody, quote, borrowed the things from there. When we started out, we happened to find this really nice double spawner. So if we go down, we can get down. There we are. This is my little design here. It's a double farm, so people getting started can, you know, get some levels and treasure. So I created this double spawner farm. That's BuildBrick's design, I believe. Made that little lighthouse. This is a collaborative Barbie house we created for my daughter, and then also created this little farm, which I don't believe has any animals left in it, sadly. Oh, a little bit, but there was a time when mobs were disappearing, and I think this is on a chunk border, so a bunch of stuff disappeared. BuildBrick's son made this little area here, decimating all of the wheat farms to make that roof, and this was his son as well. So you could order yourself a crossbow any type. thought this was a nice little build. Sometimes I come up here just to launch myself off, and this is an older version of the realm. So some little my kids were kind of young when they started this, so they made some rather obvious builds for kids. We made this nice little Japanese village, or Japanese house, which unfortunately got arsoned, and then we had to rebuild it. But we made a few farms to come across these materials, which are kind of valuable. This is my attempt at a mountain, which is not done yet, to cover the gold farm. Some starter homes. Here's a nice little hobbit hole, which I thought was pretty cute. This is a late joiner to the realm that made these nice little, I don't know what you call them, but I thought they were really cute. So a girl called Juna Francis made that. There was a relatively new player that started building here, but apparently this was too laggy for him to build anymore. So he started building and then left. But he's playing on a PlayStation. But this is my little house here. It's completely unfinished because I never finish houses, but I tried to make the entrance nice. Yeah, a little armor shop here. You can get your elytra if you need, or some diamond armor. But here's my basic farms. This is inspired by a Corrales build. Some food if anybody wants to farm, and obviously a relatively decent sized furnace array. This is one of my favorite areas, which is my bee farm. So you breed them in the middle, and then these are the auto farms here. So it generates all sorts of honey, which is awesome. Below here is my, so this realm kind of stopped and then started up again. So this was my treasure room. I used to have all my stuff out here, but it's pretty horrible. I don't mind this area. This is our little decently sized melon farm. And then this is, this used to be quite a functioning, they kind of nerfed this design. So all of these, this doesn't work as efficiently as it used to, let's put it that way. But this is a little bit of a farming area. Fairly straightforward. Used to have that furnace bug where you can get multiple levels. So I used to burn this and then you can get like 100 levels with a switch down there. But anyway. That's my little base. All right, so we're back. So I kind of like this pathway system. I didn't completely finish putting them together. I think like most realms, you kind of get tired of projects, and that's sort of what happened here. This area over here is my daughter, who made multiple versions of things in this spot. She keeps tearing it down, building new ones, not liking what's going on. But this is our main island. The main island is pretty much, if you ever get on this realm, you can, as long as you don't grief, you can get on it. It's possible, but it's mostly adults that play, and a few kids for the family. There's a really nice museum here. This player stopped playing here for a while, but I really like this museum. It's one of the best builds here. Let me just get over here so you can see. It's a quad gold farm over there, Navi Nexus design. And then we made a little surrounding area for netherwort. But this museum used to have every mob in here after the nether update. So I think it's quite nice. So piles and piles of tropical fish. This is when pandas were introduced. Parrots. Ocelots were always there for a while, but I don't think we had nether Arctic foxes back then, so we can get one in here now. But here we go. I helped with this floor. That's about all I did. But quite a nice build. So, lovely bedrock lighting glitch. This was an attempt by one of the younger players here to build a bridge. Early on, this is the sWingRose realm, and there's a player who made these little houses out here. I thought it was quite nice. She built this area, experimenting with various builds. Just get rid of some of these mobs. Maybe it's easier to see. So this was all made before they had elytra, so they came up and built all this really nice villas and houses up here. I think this is one of our more creative players. Likes to build. That was another one of my daughter's builds. Early on, it's just her storage area. Here we have a player that just came back. It's her little starter home. She makes it in every realm she's in. Through Ranger here made this, started to make a castle but ran out of steam. I kept trying to supply materials for them, but as you can see the island over there. I thought this was a really creative build. sWingRose. Here we are, it's their starter base. Connected to this was another family that was playing on the realm for quite some time, and she set up a house over on the other side. I'll go over there right now. They connected a path together. So it's over this way. Just quite nice. So here we go, Asriel's base. A little bit of a prank happened there. But she was into breeding horses, and this was before there was a lot of stability in the horses. So now you can actually breed pretty good horses. Back then it was all random. So she had started to do some breeding. This is where I come to harvest copious amounts of whenever I need big projects, target blocks or whatever. But I thought this was quite a nice little base area. Now somewhere around here I have a hidden base. Let's see if I can find it. I was building, here we are. I was building some, it's like a maze. Oh, that's not this way. I believe it's over here, yeah. So I was building, this is back when you get diamonds at 11, so I had built a little mine down here. And I converted it into a little maze. So there's this giant maze underneath here that people can come and do if they enjoy mazes. But this is where I was teaching young kids how to mine, so we have got quite a mine going up here. So this is all old generation, you should be able to still find diamonds here. There are plenty of hidden bases around here. I'm not going to cover all of them on this tour. So we go into the nether. I'm starting to improve the nether again, so this is still... Actually, let's go over to another slight farming area. So here we're going to head west. There's a little breeding ground for the iron farm. So I've made myself a little farm here for redstone and bottles of enchanting. There's a nice build over here actually. I can show you. Possibly. Yeah. So this was the Nether update. A player came and built this build here. Thought it was quite creative. Pretty nice. And I made it back to spawn. Just gonna go into the nether. Now I'm trying to improve the nether. I've created some mob switches. So try to create this little fog effect. I'm gonna try to build this up a bit. There actually goes to multiple levels to the highways in here, but I've got labels. You can see there's these mobs unfortunately got somehow destroyed. I'm gonna have to replace them, but this was one of those piglin trading farms. So we had the little aggravated them, and you could throw things at this to get all of the various loot. I'm kind of proud of our nether tunnel system here. Coming off here is sWingRose build. Nice little tunnel system she made. Ouch. Apparently, don't know how to fly. So I believe this was the last build of this player before they left or stopped playing. Which I think is one of the best builds of the server. Not too sure why Bedrock has this bug where you just hang on building terrain. But there you have it. So this is a really nice build I thought she did. As you can see, there's lots of little villages and huts and a really beautiful temple here. I'm not too sure what it is. But it's quite nice, I thought. She even had a go at some redstone. So here, I believe that's a lock, but I should be able to open it. There you go. So it's a really nice build. She started building a little village beside it, and then after that, unfortunately stopped. I thought this was really creative. But all in all, a fantastic area. Maybe she'll come back and play again, we don't know. Alright, let's carry back onto the nether. So back when this realm started, jungles were really hard to find, and we had to travel thousands of blocks to find a jungle biome. So that's where we set up our first little trading hall to try to get the OP trades. We liked the so let's see if we can get to the jungle tunnel here. So off that way is Guardian Farm, Stronghold, Mushroom Fields, Jungle, Raid Farms, Iron Farm, Trading Hall. So Merlin's Ghost, that was that nether base, that's that way. Also, yeah, so that takes us to that nether. Go a little bit further along the jungle highway, we can go to some farms which are off that way. So, as you can see, we're about 700 some blocks away from spawn. There's a few farm things going on here. Behind that is another trading hall farm. That's the one I did. And, I still have to populate it. It's not completely finished, but it works. So we got the breeder over there. And this is one of our first areas that we built. We found a really nice... well, you'll see. So, here we go, we've got a nice little farm we built up here. Come on, load in. This unfortunately doesn't work. This style of farm, a raid farm, stopped functioning. And so we've had to rebuild it, a new farm somewhere else, and I'll show you that later. But basically this was our first starter area where we got all of our emeralds and books and everything to start with. It was a very nice raid farm while it functioned. But unfortunately, game's mechanics change over time, so rather than rebuilding it, we just started again. So, well, maybe it works, but apparently there is a raid, but I don't think it actually functions properly. Yeah. Raiders spawn everywhere with this farm, unfortunately, so it's supposed to kill them in here. Yeah. Apparently the tridents aren't functioning anymore in that. Let's move over to this area here. There's the villager breeder, and this is our first villager hall where we ended up with OP villagers. You know, all of the ones you need: mending, unbreaking, power. So we took the emeralds from the raid farm and traded to get all of our books. Eventually I created my own proper trading hall here, which I'm working on. As you can see, it's a bit of a work in progress. But I'm trying to get this thing up and working again. Many more. I'd like to get many more traders in here. That's what we have for now. Now there's new terrain around here, so you can go around and off that way, and I found like the ancient ruins and things like that. So we are a ways out, but it works. Okay, so as you can see, that's the highway there. Looks like somebody found another way out of here. Entirely sure why they chose to dig through the wall, but that's okay. So I'll head back. Oh, there's another nice area actually around the 300 mark. I'll stop there. Definitely some of the newer builds are along this highway. Let's get to about minus 321. This was really fun to make because we had somebody guarding, killing all the mobs while we went and built these hub tunnels. So right about here. this is a new area. Unicorn's base is here now. All right. Aww. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Somebody got an Arctic fox. So, not too sure why there's a bunch of, but this is a really nice base that was built by a unicorn here. A little farming area for gathering copious amounts of cherry wood, cherry blossom. But really nice build. There's one over here that's, I think, one of the nicer builds. Let's see if I can get to it. Here we go. So this is sWingRose build. I believe it's a tutorial build, but it's quite nice. So not done on the inside yet, but I think it looks fantastic. Built in this beautiful area. All right, we'll get back on the highway and back home. And I think yeah, there we go. Isn't that a beautiful view coming in? Love it. All right, back to the tunnels. And off to the Guardian Farm and Stronghold. We haven't developed much of the end yet. We have killed the Ender Dragon many times, but we haven't finished it up and done a lot of work. I think I can get a boat into here. So this is going to the Guardian Farm. Now the Stronghold's off that way. I'm kind of proud of this area. It's the mushroom fields. This was done before we knew about invis potions, so we sat here and died many times building this Guardian Farm. I thought it was quite a fun build, but I'll take you through to it's a 2-person or a single-person Guardian Farm. Alright, let's go through. So this is our only working creeper farm. Sorta works. Creeper farms on the Bedrock aren't so good. Unicorn made another house out here, and I tried to convert this entire island and lost steam. But here's the Guardian Farm. So this is quite fun. But other than that, there's not much around here. Guardian Farm. I'm gonna head back into the tunnels and show you the other parts. Alright, heading on the Z positive, I guess. XYZ. Yeah, Z positive. So that'd be north or south? South. You got the Among Us and Sand Quarry, so if we wanted to... The Sand Quarry, I believe, is the first one, and then we had a little area we were trying to make the map of Among Us. It was kind of a fun little build. We never finished it, but you know, as you do when you're in a realm, you run out of steam quickly. Okay, here we are. So, oh, lag. There's a lag spike. Brutal. Okay. So this is an attempt to make a map of the Among Us area, complete with tunnels, bypasses, all that good stuff. So when that game was popular, here's the meeting room, and we haven't finished decorating. We tried. Nav. Not too sure why I'm showing you half-made. Unless you want to join and help finish this, that'd be pretty awesome. But that's the idea. Cafeteria, sorry. So I tried to make some redstone to make this stuff function, but not much luck. So this is a, no cheats realm. No duping, cheating, griefing. So fire ticks on, so if things get burned down, we just revert, unfortunately. Using the realm mechanics, so that's about the only thing that's a little bit cheaty. It's not an anarchy server, so we have rules to follow. So I believe there's the fish farm. I believe there's a fish farm over this way. Yeah. So there's a fish and bone farm. Used to be for squid, but now there's, the way it was designed, it doesn't work the same anymore. So used to be able to get lots of bone meal that way. There's a newer player that's grinded away quite a nice build actually over this way. No, maybe there's a new way to get to it. There we go. Gotta make this tunnel a little bit better than this, but our latest raid farm is out this way, which is working. Alright, let's go. Okay, so alright, so it's a split density raid farm. Silent Whisper put this together. This was an incredibly frustrating design to make. Half of them didn't work, half of them didn't sync, but some of them do sync, and it does actually work. But yeah, you get lots and lots and lots and lots of I won't show this in function, it's a bit much, but you do get piles and piles of drops from this. So it's a quad split density raid farm. I also had to take down a mountain for it. So back to the last builds. There are more, but a lot of hidden bases in this realm that I haven't shown a lot of. So last but not least, this is the most recent player that joined the realm. It's a fella named Morqef, who's quite a good builder. I met him a couple years ago, and he's been experimenting a lot with mega builds. So this is his mega build. I helped a little bit with the farming, that's about it. But yeah, he's started building a fair bit, enjoying himself. He's the type of player that'll grind for months and months just to get a build going. Unfortunately, we haven't had a chance to finish it all. I offered to help, but we'll see. Do not enter. He brought a few other new players onto the realm too. We helped build this really not efficient farm. We tried, but yeah, I helped a little bit of farms here and there, but. Alright. And his last project before I kind of took a break, I don't know if he's coming back, but it's this really fun build here. here we go. It's this tree of something here. And then a nice little mansion that he built. Well, not so little, but very characteristic style. So this is one of the few builds that I've seen this YouTuber called Morqef. He built the interior even, so he almost finished it. But he's got most of the exterior done. But he built a nice interior, which is quite unique. He's got a very unique style, like I said. Now, let's see. Oh, he never did find the materials that I gave him. So there's a few newer players that haven't finished the rooms either. It's not bad. But Skippy. Oh, Skippy's worked on a nice interior. Oh, that's nice. Apologize for the jitteriness. I don't have the best computer. I believe up here. Okay. Somewhere in here is my room. It's a bit of a maze. Not too sure why people don't want people to enter into their rooms. I really like the walls with the moss and the dark and the black stone. It looks quite unique. Well, my room. Well, clearly I haven't made anything yet, unfortunately. Whoops. If I could actually get out. As you can see, there's plenty of room for expansion. But I thought he did a great job of this build. This is all done by hand. There's no cheating or anything, so. I'm trying to do a fog effect here. But so there you have it. That's the sWingRose Realm. For the most part, the major builds, key players. I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. Have a great